So let's start with something called as analogy. Okay. Now there would be a question and I want you to think about it. So I'm sure everybody's married over here. Okay. So there could be something that you want from your husband. Okay. Now just think in a very premier thing, as in terms of premium part. It could be an exotic travel. It could be a diamond necklace. It could be a diamond ring. It could be a travel. It could be a home, whatever. But think about something which is premium. Sorry, I'm so sorry for that. Premium, and you have yet not got. Okay, Dipti, if you're not married, from somebody whom you expect, it could be father, mother, brother, sister, anybody that you love the most, there could be some expectations that you want from them. And I have to think, what is that? I just think about what is that expectation. Everybody thought about it?
Yes.
Okay, so what is that, Ashima?
Okay, for me, it's a personal car.
Okay, that for you, it is a personal car. Okay, who else would like to go for?
For me, it's a ring.
It's a?
Ring expecting from my mother.
Okay, a ring that expecting from your mother.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. So I hope it's a purchase ring, not as in terms of she has that ring and she's going to give you.
No, purchasing ring.
Okay, fair. Anybody else who would like to go for it?
Yeah, I'll say so. I have this habit of, really pampering my mom and sister. I keep sending them something or the other, but they never think of sending anything to me. So I want them to send at least something. I mean, last time I had a word with my mom and sister about this, that I keep doing it, but though I don't expect and I like doing it, but somehow you guys just don't think about it. How is it possible a human being, just not thinking about sharing, something? So yeah, that's my expectation. Anything.
Great. Okay. Fair, Dipti. I would say something about it in a little while, but let's first continue with this. So now you tell me, have you got your personal car? Have you got your ring? Have you got that one thing that you talked about to your mother and your sister last month? Did you got that thing in your life?
Not yet.
You haven't got, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So does that spoil a relationship with your near ones?
No.
No.
No, it doesn't spoil the relationship. But still, at somewhere deep down the heart, you feel that, oh, I need that thing.
Yeah.
And whenever there is some kind of argument or something that comes up, correct? Or maybe when there is an expectation set, or when you're talking, when you're in a good mood, whatever situation, but that comes up, at least in a month time or 6 months time or a year time. Okay, I wanted a car. Still, it is not yet come.
No, I've never brought it up, honestly. Should I?
Okay. I don't know, but let me not get into that. That is up to your personal choice.
It got me thinking.
Okay. So the point over here is that everybody has an expectation. This is an analogy. Everybody has an expectation. I want this, I want that, I want that. But still, if it is not yet come to you, it is still incomplete. But that doesn't spoil your relationship. Now, just think from this particular perspective to another perspective, which is called as a sales. Now, no matter how much beautifully you take care of the sales process, how much good relationship you do with your prospect sales, how much trust they have on you or you have on them, till the time they do not give the money in the accounts of the company, it is not a sales. So in the same way, whatever you want from your parents or your people, but it is not coming to you, but at the same time, no matter how much efforts you are putting up in the company, how much hard work you're putting up for the prospect, whatever you're trying to do in your life, but if the money is not coming into bank account, it is not considered to be a sale. Now, in the capital letters, you have to always understand one thing. At the end of the day, nothing in the world is, as in terms of, I could not think of anything actually which doesn't have a money involved. So whatever you sell, there has to be a money involved. Somebody is selling the product and somebody is getting the money, correct? So money, till the time the money is not hit in the account, no matter whatever efforts have you put in, the sale doesn't happen. So you have not closed the sale. Any questions here? Now there are certain things you can see on the screen. Washing machine. Why do you buy this?
Convenience.
Okay. Expensive clothes for a particular marriage.
Social status. Style.
Yeah.
Feel good. Maybe also
Social
expectations from people
status.
around that you have to be dressed in a particular way. Yeah.
Okay. Four-wheeler.
Convenience plus
Comfort.
maybe a social status. Both.
Luxury.
Okay. Social status, convenience. Okay. Premium social four-wheeler. Maybe like a Mercedes, or maybe like a BMW or Audi or whatever.
So we do have a sense of achievement and also maybe social status for some people.
Okay. A Renault pen.
Basic use, just
Requirement.
convenience.
Requirement.
Medicines.
Needs.
Needs. Yes.
Stylish shoes or sandals.
Yes.
Desire.
Desire of it, not.
Okay. Different shades of lipstick.
Again, desire and need to experiment.
Okay. Sunscreen.
Need.
Need.
House.
Need.
Desire. Again.
Basic need.
Okay. So now the question is, you have given an answer, right? So there were some people said about it was a need, it was a desire, it was a convenience, it was that there has to be a social status, correct? Now
Yeah.
tell me, why do people buy? Why do anybody buy? Why do you buy?
Because most of the time, either it's a need or sometimes even a desire to spend money. Maybe I have too much money in my account. Okay. And sometimes, mostly because I like it and, I buy it. If I see that the product has value, then I'll buy it.
Sure. So Dipti, if you have too much of money, I will give you my account number. You can always help me out with that. And if you don't want to give me in this way, you can always project me to other people where I can take up sales training.
No, actually,
All right.
Swati, sorry, I'll just share one thing. So during the pandemic, I remember that we had gotten bonus in March end. We used to get bonus. Okay, so I got bonus and we didn't have place to spend, right? So I was watching some serial, and then there somebody was buying mattress. So I bought the most expensive mattress, okay, because I just wanted to purchase. So I'm just sharing. Sometimes I have done it, so that's what I'm sharing.
So yeah.
Thank you for sharing that very specifically, because I needed that kind of example from all you participants. Thank you for sharing that. Now, I'll tell you, there are only 4 things from that angle all the people in the world buy. I could not think, or I could not read, I could not understand, or I could not figure out from any of the website that people buy apart from this. So let's talk about what are those 4. The first one is a need.
Need.
Correct? The second one is a want. The third one is an emotion. And the fourth one is FOMO.
Yeah.
Apart from this 4, in my career of 14 years, I could not find out any reason why people buy. There has to be a need. Washing machine is a need. Utensil is a need. Medicine is a need. Basic clothing is a need. Basic chappal is a need. Going to school, buying the books is a need. What is want? You want a car. Car is a want. A normal car is a want. Correct? Maybe a necklace is a want. Right? A vacation is a want. That's the reason you buy. What is emotion? Exactly what Dipti said. She doesn't know where to spend, but she had an emotion to spend the money. So she bought a very expensive mattress. So emotion comes into picture. So when you go, suppose for example, you go to buy a product for your child, you go with the budget, okay, let me just buy between the range of 800 to 1000 rupees, but you go to Hamleys, but the costing of the product is basically 1200 to 1300, which is like 200 or 300 rupees extra. So there the emotion fits into picture and say, okay, it is just 300 any which ways we spend so much of money on weekend for no reasons, and why can't I buy the product for my child? So this thought comes in your mind, actually that is emotion, right? And the fourth one is FOMO. Do you know the full form of FOMO? Can anybody tell me the full
Fear of
form of?
missing out.
Yes. So I will repeat what Ashima has said. FOMO means fear of missing out. So basically, when you go to a particular marriage where you know there could be some particular people where you have to show their status, or you have to be like, be there at in certain ways, you go and have the most expensive according to your budget. Because you don't want to be, in that league where you're missing out to be in that part. Mentally, we get very scared of that. So the FOMO is the fourth part. Now, for example, suppose there is a Myntra ad which and you want to buy something for yourself, and if you miss out on that, you don't want to miss out on that, because the FOMO is that if you miss out on that Myntra at this point of time, probably you have to pay the MRP. Now you will get the same product in a discounted rate. So the fear of missing out. So it could be in the context of being there in the society, or it could be in the context of that you want or you need that particular product, but you also have the fear that you should not miss out on something which will help you to leverage the money. So now the question is, can you think of something else? Think about it.
Okay, so I think in which category will impulsive buying fall in? For example, I don't want to eat ice cream, but I'm just passing by and see ice cream and I feel like buying it impulsively. So is
Emotions.
it emotional?
Yes. That's emotion. Because maybe if you go and dig down to your subconscious mind, you will remember, maybe, I'm not saying that this is the only thing that will happen. So there are two aspects to it. One aspect, you love ice cream and you were provided very much ice cream in your childhood. And the second aspect is that you loved ice cream and there was a dearth of ice cream in your childhood. Your parent restricted to have that ice cream. So either of one has happened with you. And that is where the emotion has triggered that you go very impulsive with it. Otherwise, impulsive doesn't come with it. It could be a want, okay, it's been 15 days, I want to have an ice cream because I love ice cream. Then it would come into want. But the word that you specifically used was impulsive, and that is the reason it come into emotions. Okay. Are you people with me? Can you think of anything in your life that you have bought anything apart from this fourth thing? Think about anything. When there is a need, there is want, there is emotion, there is FOMO. Apart from this, have you bought anything without this thing, four things? Yes, Parinita? Would you like to say something?
Chocolate and Cadbury also emotions, I think. I like to purchase.
Sometimes emotion,
And
sometimes wants. So buying a new house is a question. Shushma, do you want me to answer or you're telling me?
Some kind of investments like buying a land.
Yes, so buying a land is basically a FOMO. Investment.
Okay.
Why do we invest? Because we have a fear that if we do not invest today, probably the future is darker. Where would we get the money if we need the money tomorrow? So it's a fear. That's the reason we invest, we save. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So basically, it's a FOMO. So these are the only four things from where the any sales happen. Any sales. It is a mall sale. It is a B2B sales. It's a company sale. It's a service sale. It's a salon sale. It's an industrial sale. It's an oil and gas sale. It's a petrol sale. You name it, and it happens on only this four aspect. Now everybody have a pen and a paper. Now, just take an object which you have in front of you. Any object that you want. It could be a curtain. It could be a pen. It could be a dress. It could be whatever you want to take. Now, take a known profession, as in terms of if you know something about finance. How does the finance industry work? If suppose somebody is sitting at the finance manager, so what is his job role? Known profession. If CA, MBA, marketers, sales, anybody, take a known profession. Now, that object, you have to write down all the points about that object. What is the need? What is the want? What is the emotion? And what is the FOMO in that particular object? And just tell me, I'll give you 5 minutes only, and just tell me if you want to take up this profession, you want to sell this object to this profession, how would you sell it? So that's the reason I have given you both the choice. You take the object, you take the profession. You can take the most simplest one. Now, for example, I'll give you one example. I will take up a pen and I will understand what is a need, what is a want, what is the emotion, what is the FOMO. So my pen could cost around 1,000 rupees. And I'll take up a profession called as a CA. So if I want to sell a pen to a CA, how would I sell that pen? Ultimately, I would sell it on emotion, because the CA ka sabse important thing is signature. His sign plays a very important role. He has a value of the sign. So probably I will pitch him on emotions. This pen is so expensive. When you sign a deal of 1,000 crore rupees, would you take the pen of Renault pen, a simple pen? Maybe I'll pitch him that way. So I would just give you an example. So your time starts now. Take up an object, take up a known profession. Tell me need, want, emotions, and about it. Okay. For future investment, I missed out the other conversation. Just once again. I'm not married, buying a new home. I'll take up a land for future investment. Okay, Shushma, I am not able to get that actually. I will take up a land as it. Shushma, it would be far easier if you can just unmute yourself and talk about it. Buy, selling to customer. Okay, fair enough. No problem. But whom are you selling? Take up a profession. No problem. I hope you got the answer, but take up the profession. Just 5 minutes. No problem, Sharmila. Please join back. I hope everybody's doing the exercise. Two more minutes. One last minute. All right, so everybody back on the screen, if possible for you. Now you tell me, any two people, which object have you selected and what is the profession and how would you sell them? On what would you send them? Need, want, emotion or FOMO? And how?
Can I start?
Yes, Dipti, please.
So I've chosen a MNC professional, okay, who is doing I'll choose on want and need, okay. So they have a work from home job, and I've suggested a chair,
Okay. So your
okay.
project is a chair and you have done that for a professional.
Yes, who's doing
Okay.
work, who needs to have a home office. So I've just mentioned that we have a chair which is ergonomic chair which is to last. It has robust design and adjustable features. Okay. And you can also sit on this chair for a long period of time. You will not have any backache and all that. Okay. And so it has a cushion seat and it has a breathable mesh fabric. And one of the best design for height adjustable and lumbar support.
Okay.
So, and we've done a little survey on this, and the chair is quite comfortable to sit in for long hours. So this
Okay.
is for want and need for the chair for purchasing.
Okay. So why it is a want and why it is a need, I understand. But can you help me understand why it is a want?
Yes, because not all the chairs that is available would suit the working style. So if a person has to take calls throughout the day, and if it has a cushion seat and it has a lumbar support, so a lot of people also have backache and posture issue. So this chair would suit their need and want. I mean,
Okay, fair. Fair. Let's very thank you for that first and foremost, and let's talk about it a little later once we get towards the closing of the session because this will help you. I want one more person to interact about it, and let's not Ashima come into picture because I want somebody else to talk now. Yes, Radhika.
Okay, so my object is pen, and I prepare one script.
I'm sorry,
I'm
I
not
missed out. What is the object?
pen.
Pen.
Yeah, pen.
Okay.
So shall I start?
Yes, please.
Good afternoon. I'm excited to introduce you to a product that is more than just a moment.
Your baby got up.
Yes, wait a moment, please.
All right. Ashima, you got the chance.
Okay, so I chose the object as a water bottle because it was kept right in front of me, and the profession I chose as a financial advisor. So this
Okay.
is a very basic product, but what I uh, decided on how to pitch it to the person is that the person is so busy taking care of everyone's wealth that he has forgotten to take care of his own health. And this is a very
Hmm.
basic thing that he's not even drinking water properly. He's meeting people all day around, networking, and he's not even drinking proper water, and he's not accountable for his own health. So I am trying to get him emotional about his health just the way he tries to get the people emotional about their wealth. So it's a
Okay.
need, but I also thought of maybe using some emotion कि दूसरों का पैसा संभालते संभालते आप अपना health का ही ध्यान नहीं रख रहे हो types.
Okay.
Something like
Fair.
that. So yeah, the bottle will keep the person accountable, since the bottle has markings that whether you have finished the level of the water he was supposed to have.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Okay.
what I.
So you have actually played around on emotions. Fair. ठीक है. Haripriya. Everybody has to keep parking these things with you. We will talk about it because it will get connected with the flowing of the session.
Okay, can I tell about my product, ma'am?
Yes, please. Tell me the product.
Okay. I have chosen AdPods to a salesperson.
Okay, one second. What have you chosen, ma'am?
AdPods. AdPods.
AirPods, you say.
AdLooks.
AirPods.
Your
Okay.
speech.
Okay.
Okay. I have chosen AdPods to a salesperson.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, I'll just let them know about the convenience. Like it has a wireless design and it's a compact size and the productivity of it. Like it will be like seamless connectivity to them, and hands free. Like it's like for a stressful job like a sales thing. Like a hands free product will be like they can use it for a multitasking, and the compatibility like they can switch between professional and also with the personal life, and also it'll be helpful for some noise cancellation and the
Okay.
durability.
Now
Like
you
if we
tell me.
charge in the
Okay.
morning, we can use it till the end of the day.
Okay. Now, Hari, are you selling this product on need or something else?
Like it's like a want and a desire.
Okay. Fair. This is a want. This is not a need. All right.
Yeah.
Isha, you have to give me some time because we need to continue with the session, but I'll give you an opportunity. Just give me some time. I'm so sorry for that. So this is exactly you understood how you have to understand whenever you sell any product, when it comes to you're working with Herky, you're working with somebody else, even you're working from your home, you're helping your husband, you're doing any work also which relates to a selling part, directly, indirectly, you have to understand which out of this four, where is what you have to hit. This is really will help you to know your product, to know your customer, and to know how to close the deal of this deal. That is very, very important. Now, firstly, any questions still here? Okay, I cannot see anybody. So any questions still here? Okay. So let's talk about buying signals. This is a word which is pretty much there in the sales. You know what happens is before we actually close a deal or before we also buy a product, there are buying signals that is always visible with every individual in this world. And that is the listener, that is the reason I keep on saying every time that you need to be a very sharp listener. Be very sharp listener. So what exactly are the buying signals? Firstly, what is buying signal? Now, it is basically that you demonstrate, either me or the other party demonstrate that a prospect is actively considering purchasing a product or service from you. It's a buying signal. It is called as a behavior where I am thinking, oh, I will buy this product, or I can buy this product, or I shall buy this product. So that is a buying signal. Okay. Now, what is it? Now, firstly, there are three aspects to it. Okay. The first one is a verbal communication. Now, if I'm a person who is sitting, if I have gone to into showroom of maybe purchasing a phone. So basically, I talk about, okay, what is the phone? How is the phone? What is a new launch? And wants. I'll have my own calculations in my mind. But once I understand everything about, then there would be the last questions where I'll say, okay, what is the price? What is the deal that you will give me? What is that the best I can offer? Is there any exchange policy? When you start communicating on these kind of front, these are buying signal, because you have come to a point is this is something that gets into the fitment of what I need or what I want. Have you ever done that? You have just walked in a show and you were asking guys, negotiating, sitting with them, being casual with the salespeople. Do you do that if your intention is not to buy?
No.
We normally don't do that. Maybe we'll ask about the product. We'll understand the product nitty-gritty, but okay. Am I clear?
Your voice is breaking
Hello,
at
am I?
times.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I back by any chance? Clear?
Yeah,
Loud?
you're audible now, but it goes on.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. Suddenly it goes off. Like now we can't.
Okay, just let me know once it is been there. Okay. Can you hear me now very clearly? 1, 2, 3, check.
Yes.
Okay. So just think of a situation. Just imagine yourself walking into Chroma. Chroma is something that you have all been to.
Yes.
Correct? Give me a hand thumbs up.
Yes.
Most of the people must have gone to Chroma. Now, what happens over here is, in case you also have a suppose now on Diwali you want to actually have a new fridge or a refrigerator in your home. So you get into the Chroma, you see different kind of product which is displayed there. You understand, okay, this is this liter, this is that liter. Somebody will come and ask you, okay, are you looking for a refrigerator? You say yes. He will show you one or two, but just recall the portion and see if you are not in that one particular mindset at that very moment there where you want to buy a product, you will just talk to your husband or somebody who is next to you and you will just walk out from that place thinking that we'll get back to you. Correct? But if you have gone or you have the money in your pocket and any which ways you have an intention of buying, then if you start understanding, okay, this is a product which is going to solve my need and want, you will start asking, okay, what is the price? What is the deal? What can you offer me more? Can you give me a free delivery? How much time will it take to deliver? Do you have the product available? Right? These kind of questions only come then when you actually have made up or you have started considering that you will buy either that time or maybe in the span of 1 to 2 months. 1 month, 1 to 2 weeks. That's the reason you start asking this question. So these are actually buying signals verbally. Once you go ahead of the basic nitty-gritty of the product or a service and you come towards a closure as a customer, if I start asking this kind of question, it is a buying signal to a salesperson that she's interested. Now the deal is supposed to get closed or you have to, as a salesperson, have to push to close.
Okay.
Think about when I say something, think about all the parameters that you have already done by your own self. Right? You would never ask these kind of questions or not get into nitty-gritty if you're not ready to buy within 1 week or 2 weeks. You just understand and get out of that thing. Right? So this is first verbal behavior. The second one is the body language. It is also a buying signal. Now I'll tell you, think about if you have gone to any of the jewelry shop or maybe any silver shop. Just think about it. Now, what happens is if you are interested to buy that product, your body language becomes ease out. You become very comfortable on the chair itself. You call for water. You call for coffee sometimes. Ki kuch coffee hai kya? If they ask you the coffee, you will have that coffee. If you're not intention to buy, now sometimes you don't have that coffee also, because deep down in your feeling you have, any which ways I'm not intended to have the coffee. What will he say is, if I intention to have that product, if I have the coffee, what that person will say to me. Think about it. Don't you we do that? So these are body language. We start smiling, we start nodding, we start leaning towards the person, we listen very attentively to that person. Our postures become very relaxed. We start mirroring to that person. Now, for example, if the salesperson is sitting like this, you will also sit like this. This is called mirroring. Your facial expression becomes very confident. Oh, I have the money to buy this and I am here to buy this product. So I am giving you that sale. That confidence comes on your face. So this is the second buying signal. And this is how you should start understanding when you are a salesperson, when you are into a sales, you have to be very opening, you have to be very clear, you have to be good listener, and you have to be extremely good with your observations. How the person's body language is taking a shape. That becomes the second buying signal. And the third one is that the person take out the money and say, let's buy it, which is very simple. The buyer takes the immediate action. He or she gives you the money, check, Google Pay, or whatever is possible at that point of time for him. So these are three buying signals that is there. And based on this, you understand, oh, the person has started considering our product or a service to buy. Now I have to take him towards the closure. Now from here, the closure starts for a person. Are you agreeing with me? Are you trying to get it connected with whatever you have done in the past? Hello? Great. So this is one. Now this is the first one, which is there on the physical part. When you are into the store, when you actually go and see the product, touch the product, feel the product. Now there is another way of selling nowadays. It is called as an online behavior. Now people have started buying through Instagram. People have started buying through a lot of other ways and mediums, basically from digital medium. So when I talk about, say, for example, I'm a person who is saying, okay, I have a sales service, I have a sales book. If you take up my book, then probably you will learn a lot about the sales. So now what will happen if I am coming to your screen, if I'm coming on your screen on Instagram or on feed, that what happens if I give you something free, you will start downloading it because you want to understand the sample, how the sample is. Based on that sample, probably you will decide whether you want to buy my real product or not. So these are some of the online behaviors. Basically, you start engaging with the content, you start downloading the studies, you start requesting for the trials, you keep on asking this question. This has become an online behavior because now the purchasing happened from both the end, which is an offline and which is an online. Are you people with me? Are you people understanding? These are buying signals. And you have to understand one thing. The psychology of the humans remains the same. Whether you are an Indian, you are an Asian, you are an American, you are an European, you are an Australian, you are in New Zealand, you are in which part of country you are, just as the way the physiology of the body remains the same, more or less every age group has same psychology. And when it comes to sales in the capital letters, the psychology is more or less the same. You have to understand the basic things that you sell from the four part only. Why people buy? Because either they have the need, they have the want, they have the emotions, or they have the fear of missing out. And before buying any product, everybody in the world will give you buying signals, which is verbal, which is behavioral, and which is circumstantial. As in terms, they will keep on asking questions, they will give you a behavioral way of their body language, and the last one is they'll immediately take the action. right? Okay. Um, now everybody is in that WhatsApp group, correct? I request each one of you to open your WhatsApp. There is a case study which has been given to you by Avneet today at 3 o'clock. Open that case study. Read it. I want you to read it. I'll give you 2 minutes. And after reading, I request each one of you to come on the screen because I want to really see you. This is the kind of a case study exercise that we are going to do. Are you people reading? How do I know that? Hello? Okay, thank you, Shushma. Please come on the camera. I request you from my whole heart. Thanks, Parimita.
The camera.
Have you read that case study? Now just keep that open that case study. And you have to understand that the first buying signal from any prospect sales guy, the person who's going to buy your product, the prospect, the first buying signals is that he will start asking good questions. Now, when I use the word call as good over here means relevant. He's not going to ask any question which is not relevant to the answer that he's seeking for. Okay, so now if I ask you, if you see that particular case study, now I have told you what is a verbal buying signals. Now you tell me, understanding the case study, and be very understand the case study very nicely because there are specific words there. What type of questions will a prospect ask you? Say, for example, you are a salesperson. What probably the prospect will ask you the questions. What kind of questions will they ask you about in that case study? Are you people with me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The price of the sofa set.
Okay. The price of the sofa. First price. Second, will it fit in my room? Okay. But how would he know that answer? Will it fit in the room or not? So it has to be relevant question. That is the reason I said in the first part that it has to be good and the relevant question.
The customization
Dimension of the
Please
sofa.
raise your hand.
customization.
One second, please. I'm so sorry for that. Raise your hand and I'll give the name because then it becomes very chaos. Yes, Isha. Yes, Isha, please.
Customization options which she asked.
Yes, customization, is it happening? Okay. Yes, Parimita.
Price, also dimension, and the available colors and styles, everything can be asked.
Yes. Okay. Yes, Ashima.
She may ask if a recliner thing is available or not, because since she is looking for a modern look, maybe a reclining feature or something like that.
Okay. Yes, Radhika. Radhika? Okay.
Fabric and material.
Yes, Isha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fabric and
The
material. Okay.
time of
Yes, Isha.
availability, like how the earliest possible is it this sofa is available.
Okay. Fair. Anybody else?
She may
So basically,
show the
the person.
specific
Yeah.
picture of the sofa, and she may ask for it, like the specific set which she has.
Okay. Yes, yes, Priya. So basically, these are the type of questions. One, the person start getting to a mode where they might think or they start considering, okay, I might purchase this particular product from this particular brand. So they will ask about the material, they will ask about the leather, durability, availability of the color options, matching accessories such as coffee tables, side chairs, delivery time, expressing concern in case it is not delivered on time. Now, just understand these are the type of questions they will ask. Not about the fitment, because the fitment is something that they have already done the analysis before.
You're
Why would
not
they ask the
audible.
fitment? Okay, can you hear me? I don't know why
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
some problem over here. Okay. Now,
There's some.
somebody said in between that they would ask about the fitment. They would never ask about the fitment because that's a need analysis which has to be done by the prospect. So it is not a relevancy it is not a buying signal. You have to understand it's not a relevant question. What is a relevant question? What is the material? What is the leather? What is the durability? What is the options color available? What time will you deliver? Do you have an accessory? What is if suppose you do not deliver on time? Now, these are the questions which are buying signals. Apart from this, all the questions that was told are basically just to understand what is the product all about. So when they get into these particular relevant question is when you start have to understand the person is moving towards the closure. So the questions also changes. If I ask, okay, do you have a color available? Availability of the color. Do you have any other color? Okay, this is there. Okay, over there. Now, if suppose I ask, what is the length and the breadth of the sofa? Suppose I ask this question. So this is not a buying signal because this is a general question which is helping me understand whether it is solving my purpose or not. So this is not a buying question. Buying signal always helps you come towards a closure. Are you people understanding what am I telling you? So you have to differentiate between what kind of question has been asked to you and is that a buying signal? Because questions can be of two types. The first question is to understand whether this is my need, want, or my understanding of the product, or I'm just finding out the information of the product. The second is I have understood that this is a product which I want to buy and I have the money to buy. And now I'm trying to understand more towards it so that I can understand, is this something that I can buy it or not? I have started considering to buy, but now I have to understand different things. Now, these kind of question will become your buying signals, not the length and breadth, because that's a need analysis of the prospect. Are you people understanding? Is there any questions still here? Did you got this concept clear? Okay. Now, on the same case study, tell me what are the non-verbal clues towards the closure?
Maybe
Read that
sitting
case
on the
study.
sofa and checking if
Okay.
it is actually comfortable.
Okay. What else?
His preference for that luxurious product, and the company has done it.
I missed out. What, Hari?
her preference for the luxurious product, and the company has the one.
Okay. Come on, tell me, what are the non-verbal clues for buying signals? Okay, now question to you, Ashima. Sitting on the sofa and, okay, one second, Isha.
Yeah,
Now question to you, Ashima is,
sorry.
just 1 second, Isha. Now question to you, Ashima is, sitting on the sofa is a need analysis or a buying signal?
I think uh, it can still vary the way that the person is sitting. So maybe when he comes and checks out, and maybe try sitting on different sofas, so it can still be a need analysis. But when you fit in comfortably, ki highest, like this is fine, quite luxurious. Maybe the body language, like how comfortably now you're trying to lean and everything, then maybe it is a buying signal.
Yes. Now that is a buying signal. Yes, Isha.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing, the body language and facial expressions. So these are the
Yes.
main non-verbal clues. Yeah.
Yes. Come on. I want more participation. What could be the non-verbal clues? This is more important to understand when it comes to sales. Remember one thing, people will not come in front and say, me, I have this need, I have this want, I have this money. You have to generate that need, want, and money from them. Okay. Now, these are some of the buying signals. Spending significant amount of time touching sofa, which Ashima said. Now the person would be in the more better position. Now he will lean backward, he will sit, he will touch like this. The body language go with a very smooth and a confidence way. Because now he has come to a point, okay, this is something that I'm considering. Now let me go more in detailing to understand whether this is the right fitment for me or not. Now, feeling the sofa fabric is another one. You will keep on touching the sofa fabric. Oh, this is the one that I want or not. Feeling, I'm sorry, that is the feeling, actually, not the felling. Feeling the cushions, focusing on stitching detail. This is also one of the buying signals, because till the time you have not decided to buy the product, you will never pay attention on the stitching details of the corners. That is a buying signals. You pick up the sofa and say, oh, see, the stitching is going perfect. This is a good sofa. This is made properly. This is looking good. This is good quality. Smile, nodding, appeared comfortable with the salesperson. You get that confidence. Right? So these are the buying signals of non-verbal clues which you give through your behavioral gestures. Are we all clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions, Haripriya? Anybody else? Are you understanding where are we coming and where are we connecting the dots? Okay. So this is the one. So the other ones are basically, they talk about the budget, they're willing to talk further, they will talk about their genuine needs, they will tell what is that they are happy to, they will share a lot of insights about the product, what their experience were before, what are they looking forward to. They will get very comfortable as a prospect, and they will start talking to you. And it happens with every individual, even with you. Just imagine when you have bought something which is a premier product, or maybe something, even if it's not even a premier product, something which is a little more expensive than your budget, this is how you actually interact. You genuinely do all of this stuff. Next time, if you have not paid attention to it, next time when you go and buy some product, now see, you have started doing this subconsciously. You start doing that because human psychology on the sales remains the same. Now my question is, now understand you are a salesperson, okay? You understood that there is a buying signal and person is very much interested to buy your product or service. What is the next step? What is the next step? You close the deal. You tell them to buy the product and give me the money. True or false?
No, actually, we will try to first figure out how much is the budget, and we will try to first interact with the customer, and then we'll get to know the requirements, and then we'll proceed further.
Okay. So Isha, this is something that you have already done in the sales process. If you remember the need analysis, the prospecting of that person, which is the first step, which has already done. There is a need, there is a money, there is a budget, and there is a time, which was done on the first part. This is the last step of a sales process because person has come into the consideration of buying. Now you cannot go back and say, do you have the money?
Okay, okay, got it, got it. I misunderstood your
Got that?
question. Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So now you have understood that person is willing to buy your product or service. What is the next step? That you will try and close the deal so that the money has been given to your bank account or your company's bank account. Simple. Because the money transaction has to come into picture when it comes to sales. Right?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
body signals. Now, just to give you another understanding that what are the positive body signals actually. So when you are very positive that you would be buying a product, so of course you have an open gesture, your hands would be going around, you have an open arms, you have an open fingers, you have a direct eye to eye contact, you nod, you lean forward, you smile, you mirror. These are very positive body gesture that you will see in the prospect who is willing to buy your product. And on the negative side, a person who is not very comfortable or he is not able to say that, oh, I am not ready to buy your product at this point of time. So he will cross his arm, he will have a cross leg, he will keep looking here and there, he will fidget with the mobile, he will open any of the app and he will keep seeing that, as in telling you indirectly way that I am very busy. He will look at the clock, look at the phone, tense expressions. He will give that expression, oh, yes. These kind of things are basically the ones which are giving them a signal that I'm not ready to buy your product. No matter I have asked you what is the product all about, but I am not comfortable to buy the product, or neither I'm looking for buying a product at this point of time. So these are some of the behavioral things. And the normal body language would be touching the face, hand gestures. So don't get into these much of things because you still don't know that person has an intention to buy or they do not have the intention to buy. You have to still dig deeper. Right? Okay, so now the question to you is, why do we need to understand the body language? Is a very important question. Why it has given so much importance in the sales? Because what happens is, if suppose a person is not very comfortable with the product, he is need or he is not understanding what the product is all about, maybe he did not got the right importance of product, but you understood as a salesperson that he has a budget, he has a time, and he has an authority, and he also have a need, but there could be something which is not fitting in his mind. And that is the reason probably he will say no to your product. So if you start understanding the body language, you can adjust your approach and then start repitching to him. Does that happen to you? I'm sure it would have happened to you. Now, just again go back to, as we all are female, we always buy the apparels, right? Now, just go to any of the shop where you have the budget, you have the time, you have the need. You went to some of the shops to buy some apparels, but you are like, oh, I don't want this. Oh, I'm not happy. Then the customer start adjusting the approach and say, what are you looking forward to? What is an approach? What is the occasion? How much budget are you looking forward to? They start adjusting the approach. And the moment you start answering that question, they start showing you that kind of things. And how do they get it? By your facial expression. You won't smile. You're like, or dikhao. These are some of the signals that they get to understand. Are you people correlating that? When you're not happy, when you go to a shop, see, you don't smile. You keep on looking for something on the racks. Oh, should I get that one out? Buying signals. So this is basically to understand an approach. You have to understand, start adjusting the approach, that you have the budget, you have the time, you have the authority, you have the need also, but there is something which is not fitting in that puzzle. So they have to fit that into puzzle. That is exactly the work of salesperson. Right? Now, once everything is done, you understand that they have given the buying signal. Now the thing comes as there has to be a closure of the deal. The money has to come into the accounts. Now, it's the definition I'll just tell you about it. It's a method to encourage the prospect to convert into sales. So whatever the prospect is, you're encouraging people to buy the product. Simple terms. Okay? Nothing more about it. Now, have you been to any of the mobile shop to purchase? So they would have asked you which model are you looking for, which color do you prefer? Oh, would you like to give a cash and credit? Now, suppose you are there in the particular store for almost like for half an hour, 45 minutes to buy a product. You understood the need. You understand what is your requirement. They have able to solve your queries. Now you ask them the question, okay, do you have the product? Do you have the color? Do you have the credit cards availability? Do you have the EMI available? You asked all the possible questions as a buying signals. Now still you're thinking over there, standing, should I buy? Should I not buy? What should I do? That happens with you. Now go back to that salesperson and think about that salesperson. What question would have asked you? Sometimes we would have asked you, would you like to go with a cash or credit card? Even if you're in thinking mode, he will just come to you and say, Madam, आप cash में payment करोगे या credit card में payment करोगे या फिर आप EMI लोगे? They ask you this question immediately and you're like, then just think about your mental status change from whether should I buy to how should I buy. This is called as an assumptive close. It is one of the most powerful closing ways in the B2C segment. If you go to any mall, if you are looking at two dresses, the person will come and says you, Madam, buy this. The pink will suit you, the green will suit you, the yellow will suit you. Assumptive close. Basically, it is an act of a salesperson or believing by a salesperson that the product is going to buy the product. He is just confused and they give you a very strong push on that. They change the whole mental game with you. They tell you, now don't think whether you want to buy the product or not. Now think, how will you do the purchase? Which color will you choose? This normally happens many times when you go and buy a car. Next time, if you buy a car, now you see, you go at least 2 times or 3 times to the same person. They entertain you, they solve your query, they give you the trial runs, they give you the rides, they give you everything. And during the ride, when you take your ride now, sitting behind, they ask you a question. Okay, madam, when do you want this car? Okay, which color would you prefer? So you will take an EMI loan. So they started pushing your mind towards a thing where they start telling you, think about the other part now. Any which ways you have liked the car. Are you people with me? Hello?
Yes.
Are you understanding the correlation? Do you find it relevant? Does that not happen with you? Thank you for that thumbs up. So it is called as assumptive close. You close it when you know that a prospect is all set to buy the product, that only one last push that person is not able to take. The salesperson keeps on asking the question, how would you do the payment, madam? He just tweaked your mindset. right? So this is exactly an assumptive close. This happens very much into B2C segment in a premier segment, as in terms of anything which has a cost more than 20, 30, 40,000. If you see, this normally happens with this kind of segment. Anything which is more than 15,000 or 20,000, people try to push you, which goes up to lakhs. They close you that way only. You never go and say, oh, I want to buy this. They will ask you, okay, how would you like to go? Right? Now, these are some of the common questions. Just imagine anybody, what would you like to schedule the installation? Suppose you have to have a Kent purifier at your place. Now you're confused between you want to buy a Eureka Forbes or Kent. The Kent person comes to your house and he has given you all the necessary information. You have the need to buy it. Now you don't know whether you should take Kent or Eureka Forbes. He understands that you want to buy it. Now he will ask you this question. Do you want to schedule the installation tomorrow? Now that push comes and you say, okay, let's go ahead with the Kent. You immediately decide on that front. Your mindset has been changed by him. Would you like to pay from card or cash? If suppose you go and purchase a particular product which is costing more than 20,000 rupees, they'll ask you this question. Which model would you prefer? Would you like to go for a mid-segment car or a high-segment car? What is the range that are you looking forward to? Which color would you like to go for, white or gray? And sometimes people do ask you, in whose name should I invoice the bill? Very powerful statement. किसके नाम पे बिल बना दूं? आप सोच ही रहे हो. But he asks you this question and your mind shift change. And you don't realize and just go back and see you always purchased that product. ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ होगा कि आप वो जगह से बिना परचेस करके उठे होंगे. बहुत कम हुआ होगा. That's the sales game. Any questions still here? Are you understanding the correlation of it? Sales is actually fun. Trust me to the core. Once you understand how you have to play or understand the human psychology, you close deal like this. Okay, the second closing technique. Okay, today is the last day. Oh, Myntra ends sales at 31st of August. 50% discount on 21st of July. Right? Amazon sales is coming from 15th to 21st of July. Be prepared. What do you think? What kind of closing is it? What kind of closing it is? Scarcity close. That this is a sales price. Don't miss out the opportunity. Buy the product. This is a scarcity. This is like it is now or never. And they always work on the psychology of FOMO, fear of missing out. If you don't buy in this particular deal time, you will pay a premium price. Now you buy the product now only. We are giving you the best of the prices. So you tend to, in fact, purchase more in this because this is scarcity close. This normally happens on digitalization. Are you people with me? Great. So these are some of the kind of the examples. If you can see on the screen, okay, end of this year-end sales, 45% plus free shipping, 20% off everything. It's a Black Friday, limited time offer. So what happens is, if you have to go for a lunch during the week time, normally if you remember, you must have decided, okay, let's go on Wednesday because there is always a Wednesday fever with a lot of restaurants where they give you 50% discount. So this was basically scarcity close. So you used to wait for that Wednesday. Combo, let's take a combo. If you take a combination, you will get this free. This is scarcity. If you don't take a combo, you will ended up paying more for the other product. So they create a space in your mind that if you don't buy what I'm selling you right now, you will pay a premium price. So this is another technique of closing. Now, where does this happen? This happened on digitalization. This happens on apparels. This happens on something which is there as a need, as in earrings, shoes, which requires on your day-to-day life to keep you updated. It could be on the bag, laptop bag. It could be on wallet of the males, shoes, woodland, you name it. And you have these kind of things as in necessity things. These are the techniques that happens on necessity things. Sometimes this closing techniques also happen with the person who is at your nukkad wala na, who has this provision stores. Okay, if you buy 1,000 rupees product from me, or something like this, I'll give you 1 kilo sugar free. Does that happens with you? I'll give you 1 kilo sugar free. This is a scarcity. Now, scarcity happens on 4 parts. The first is the price scarcity, the quantity scarcity, the premium scarcity, and the offer scarcity. Now, in the price scarcity, you always see there is a fashion. Okay, if you buy the product today, the price is at 50% discount. That's a fashion related product. It could be dress, it could be earrings, it could be bag, it could be shoes, it could be laptop bag, it could be anything accessories. Quantity, as in terms of, I have a very limited quantity. I'm sure you must have heard about something called as Jordan shoes. Have you heard about this brand called as Jordan?
Yes, Air Jordans.
Yes. Okay, this is one of the, Deepika, just to tell you, this is one of the very premium brands, very premium brands when it comes to shoes. So normally this people target to people between 15 years to 20, 25, 30, 35 years. Now, these people only create 100 to 200 shoes in a year. And they price it to from 20,000 to, they price it to lakhs. And they only create 1,000. And they're a very unique product. So what happens is, this is a scarcity technique. They do not have more than 100 pieces. So if I'm launching it, you have to keep a track on me. If it is finished, it is finished. And people have crazy. Now, what happens in this scarcity, I'll tell you, if, जैसे मेरे पास Jordan है, और जैसे आपके पास Jordan है, and if I have the craze of Jordan, आपने वो 100 रुपए में खरीदा, but if you want to sell it to me, I will buy from you in 200 rupees also. That's the quantity scarcity this brand has created in the market. वो आज भी वही कर रहा है. It's like people are all the way crazy for it. Right? Premium scarcity, offer scarcity. These are some of the scarcity clauses that people work upon. Any questions still here? Are you people with me? Are you finding it relevant? Are you finding it interesting? Are you finding it? How are you finding it? Okay, so a few more examples of scarcity just to tell you. Oh, this is the last piece we have at this price. Oh, we will got you only 20% discount just for customer who will sign up today. If you commit to sign up now, I can commit you that I will fast track your implementation process. I will not charge you the processing fee if you sign up today. So this is scarcity clause. Bank people also do that with you. Oh, you do it today. If you start the sanctioning today of the loan, there would be no processing fee. I will make sure that there is no processing fee. Scarcity clause. Even the banking person does that if you go and ask them for a loan. Now the third one is called as a sharp angle clause. You don't have to remember the names. What you have to remember, how people closed you. And all of the things which I'm telling you now, everybody is closed at one point of time by any of the salesperson in the world. आप सब इसके ऊपर close हो चुके हो, including me. So sharp angle close mean people generally ask for more discount. अच्छा मुझे और चाहिए. What add-ons can you give me? Now, if some people are very adamant. If I am the person who is very money conscious now, I will keep on saying, okay, I'm paying you this. Give me more, give me more, give me more. There are a lot of people who does that. Lot of people. Almost everybody does it. Now, in such case, what salesmen do is like, if they have the authority, they will say, I'll give you 10% more discount on the discount that I'm giving you, but you sign the deal now. Sharp angle close. I'll give you discount 10%, you close now. Agar you don't do it now, I would not give you. LIC insurance people do that. If you haven't dealt with any of the insurance people, I'll give you more discount. आपका प्रीमियम कम करवा दूंगा. आप अभी साइन करो. मैं अपने कमीशन से आपको पूरे the commission that comes to insurance people, they will give back a certain percentage to you for 5 years, 10 years. But you have to close the deal now. Lot of insurance people do this. Sharp angle close, because insurance is one thing people take a lot of time to close the deal, because people have to look for a lot of insurance. They take care of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they will think about the insurance. Does that not happen? Right? So now what these people, you know how the insurance industry works. If I am the insurance salesperson, if I come to Harmat and I say, Harmat, why don't you take insurance from me? This will help you. You have the need, but you want to consider other insurance also. Now what will happen? What will happen as a salesperson? I will say, you know what happens as a salesperson to me? When you pay me, when you pay the premium to LIC give me a certain percentage of that premium to me, right? Every year, till the time you pay to LIC, even if you don't see me after 20 years, but if the premium of your goes to LIC for 20 years, I will get an amount of money from your account to me. You know this fact? This is how the insurance industry works.
Yeah. Brokerage is paid to the distributors.
Yes, and it is, yes, yes, Ashima.
Yeah. I was saying it's brokerage that is paid to the distributors who bring in the funds. A commission.
Yes, and that is for, yes, and that is for the life.
Yeah.
For how many years you have enrolled, the salesperson will get that amount even if they leave the insurance job. Okay. Now what happens with this sharp angle close is that I say you pay 1,000 rupees premium to LIC. The LIC give me 200 rupees as my commission. So I tell to Harmit, I'll give you 50 rupees for 5 years. You close the deal now. Still I earn 150 rupees every year for 20 years. Sharp close. Very sharp close. But say they close it and people are like, oh, I'm getting back my 50 rupees. So I'm only paying 950 rupees. Oh, it's a good one. Let me have the deal. And they sign the document and they start the insurance. That's actually that happens in the market. The last one is called as, the fourth one is called as the question. The question close. Now, they ask more and more questions. Are you happy with the product? Are you solving, in your opinion, does what am I offering solves your problem? Do you want some other color? Is there any specific need that you want? How would you like to take this product? They keep on asking more and more questions, the salesperson to the prospect. The more and more question have a yes answer, the chances is that probably the buying would also be a yes. Are you people with me? I can't see anyone. Everybody has switched on the switched off the camera. Okay. So this is the fourth closing technique, which is called as a question. This is a very simple one that happens normally with anything range between 1,000 to 10,000 rupees. It can be in B2C market also. It could be in the B2B market also. As in terms of if you go and purchase if you go and purchase something related to Diwali festival or maybe something like that. Do you want lighting? Which kind of lighting do you want? Okay, you want the round lighting? Yes. Can I show you some round lighting? Yes. This is two options. You would like this one? Yes. Would you buy this? Yes. The more and more question they ask you, and the more the prospect give an answer yes, the chances of buying that product becomes yes. And they only ask questions like that which has an yes. They ask you question only that one only. That is how you frame your question very smartly in sales. Yes, Isha.
So Swati, the questioning is the basic thing that we are learning from the very start. So what is the specific thing about this point, like question close? So from the very beginning, we are asking questions like from the prospects that how would he like to, what is his needs and what is his wants, everything. So this is the basic
Okay.
thing. So what's specific about this point, this
Okay.
closing technique?
Now, okay, fair. Now let's take an example. Suppose there's a Diwali which is coming up in the Diwali which is coming up. Now you want a lighting. Okay, there is a need. You want a lighting. There is a budget, and you want it. Simple. Now you have gone to a place where the lighting has been sold. He understood by your buying signals. You have not spoken to him much, but by the behavior of your expression, he understood that you are the person who wants to buy this, and you can buy this from me. Now, what that person can probably do with you is like, did you like the lighting? Yes. Did you like the shape? Yes. इसकी लाइटिंग मैं आपको दिखा दूं कैसे जलती है, the twinkling of the lighting? Yes. Then there would be two shades of it. Then he will say there is 2 shades of it. Did you like it? Yes. तो मैं पैक कर दूं? Yes.
Okay, got it.
So these kind of question is no problem, Ashima. This kind of question is when you know that person has liked the product. Now you just want to close it fast. So you start asking question in such a way that their answers start getting yes. They are mentally into that yes mode. The more yes you get, the more closure it will happen. Faster the closure will happen.
So this
Now just
basically
imagine.
happens. So this basically happens post this non-verbal clues, you mean to say?
Yes, on the verbal clues also it will happen. Of course, if so, I'm just giving an example. Now let's take an example of a car only, where there is a verbal clue. Okay. Now suppose you go to a Hyundai showroom. Okay, you understand this is a car which is in my budget. This is a good car. This is a rated car. This is going to fitment to my family. This is a comfortable car, automatic car. It has a good average. Everything done properly. Now you start asking questions to the salesperson. Oh, what is an average? What is a discount? Is it available in your showroom? Now these are the buying signals that you have given to the person. Now he understood that you have come to a point where you're giving a buying signals by asking these questions. Now as a salesperson, you have to close the deal. Now he wants to understand. Now he says, now I'm a person, I will get, he understands that if I ask questions and I push him by asking question, he will close it. So he will ask me question, if I give you by this end, the car delivery, would you be okay? Yes. I'll give you a green color as you suggested in the starting. Are you comfortable with that green color car? Yes. Oh, I'll give you one extra discount on that. Would you be okay with that? Yes. Okay. Now, I want a person from your family also to come to the showroom when we deliver the car so that there is a celebration. Would you bring your family member? Yes. Okay. Can we go ahead and do the following? Can we do the necessity part of it? Yes. So can we just bring the form? Yes. And then he brings the form.
Understood, Swati. Very clear.
You
Thank
got
you.
the flow, how the flow goes?
Yes, understood. Thank you.
Thank you. Did everybody got this example? This was actually an example for verbal, non-verbal, for close, question close. Did everybody got this? Were you trying to connect that with the other things that happened, that would have happened with you?
Swati, is it also that by making the prospect answer yes on everything, we are also creating a psychological pressure on them? When I'm saying everything yes, I have no reason to deny. Ab kya hi bolo type, something like that. Are we doing that
Yes.
with the prospect?
नो एक्चुअली हम लोग साइकोलॉजिकल प्रेशर नहीं क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. हम वो परचेज करना चाहता है, उसने बाइंग सिग्नल दिया है. He has already given you a buying signal. And as a salesperson, you have identified that he has a need, he has a budget, he has an authority, he has a time. Now the thing is, he is not taking a decision. Now that is consuming your time as a salesperson. Now you have to push that person to close because you have invested so much of time. Now, how would you push that? If you ask that person directly, just imagine, Ashima, if I come to you as a salesperson and say, Ashima, can I bring the form? Now, this could be a very direct question to you, and probably it will hurt you. And sometimes as a customer, you can say me no. No, I'll get back to you. It can be very possible. Even after doing everything, if I don't like the tone, if you don't like the tone of a salesperson, you can say, I'll get back to you. Right? Now,
Yeah.
but my thing is, I have invested my time and you have the need, budget, authority, and time. And I know that from the questions that you are asking to me on the buying signals that you are interested. Now you're not taking a decision. So how do I push that? So I'm not creating any psychological pressure to you. I'm just pushing you towards
Trying to
closing.
close.
Yes, Deepika.
Yeah, ma'am, how should I see to that I'm not putting a psychological pressure? Because we have been into that particular situation where a salesperson sometimes he pushes the psychological pressure also by calling and calling again, something like that. Like we start getting irritating. So how can we stop the same, like from our side?
Okay. First and foremost, Deepika, to answer this question, let me tell you, I want to ask you, whoever is calling to you, do you have the requirement of that particular product?
Sometimes I don't have.
Okay. Which means that that salesperson has not done the first step of the sales only. There is
Okay.
no need of you, of that product to you, but he is
Okay.
just wasting his time by pressurizing you and calling you again. So
Okay.
he is not doing a right job.
Yes.
So now it is a psychological pressure.
Yes.
Are you
Okay.
getting it?
Yeah, I got
Because
it.
there is no need. He did not
Yeah, yeah.
identify on the first step. If you remember the sales process, on the
Yes.
very first day is prospecting and qualifying.
Okay. I got it.
You got that? Did
Yes, I
this question was helped, got it by everybody? This was a very relevant question.
Thank you.
Both Ashima also had a very relevant question of psychological pressure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you people with me? Okay. Fair. The fifth closing technique. Okay. Now, can you see a picture over there of a child? You know, the child is there. Just imagine a picture of a child. I'm so sorry. This is a psychological approach. Now, I'll give you a very particular example with this. Imagine there are two children or two kids playing with each other. Now, there is one toy and both the kid wants the same toy. So what they start doing? They start snatching from each other. Correct? Now, what is an ultimate thing that will happen? They will shout, they will cry, they will be cranky. They will do all possible things so that the toy is been given to them. Correct? That happens with the children. Correct? Imagine the same thing with the sales prospect. Some people, I'm sure if you have been into, not actually been into, but you must have encountered this in general way also. Some people are very adamant of the pricing. They don't bother about the quality, quantity, anything. They are just bothered about the pricing. नहीं, मेरे को 100 rupees में एक चाहिए. अगर मेरा प्रोडक्ट 220 रुपीज का है, नो 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 नो, गिव मी इन 100 rupees only. I don't mind anything about it. Give me in 100 only. This particular techniques only come for those people who become so adamant for the pricing, very adamant. No, I want in this pricing only and I want it from you only. Then they sit there only on the head only. You will encounter this kind of people very much in the market. There are there. Now, in this situation, what happens is, what you have to do as a salesperson is that I will give you at your pricing, but then you start reducing the features, start reducing the add-ons, you start reducing something that has a cost to the product, but you will give them in the same pricing, but there would be a less benefit of some. Now in the car, suppose you go to example of the car only. You buy a car, okay, you say the car actually on the road price is 10,57,500 rupees. For example, this is a price that comes as a car for any car, just a random price. Now I am a person who is going and telling to a car dealer, it comes at 10,57,500. Now you give me this car in 10,40,000 only. I don't know what you do. I don't know. Now he is asking a discount of almost like a 40,000 rupees, 4,000 rupees, and people become adamant very much with the cars also. Now you are saying as a salesperson, possible that I can give you this car at 10,40,000 rupees. I just can't give you. What will I do? How will I give you? But the person is saying, I am ready to buy now only, but give me the discount and tell me, give me the car at 10,40,000. Now what you do as a salesperson, you don't want to miss out on the sales because you have invested the time and you know at the same time that that person is going to buy. Now what you do is like, okay, sir, I'll give you. So what you will do, you will reduce the insurance from 3 years to 1 year. And you will not tell that person. You will reduce some accessories which you're giving free as an add-on. You will not put that accessories in the car. Let them buy later. Any which ways they are going to buy that later. Right? So these are some of the things which you reduce from car and you give it the price of 1040. But you don't do it that you reduces some features, you reduce the add-ons, you discount the deals and you close the deal. This specific closing are only for the people who becomes extremely adamant on the pricing strategy. My way only. I want this deal only. Not other, you give me or I'm walking out. So very smartly the salesperson say, I'll give you at your price, but they will reduce all the things which will cost to that. So ultimately you are actually at the loss. The client is always at the loss, but they're not understanding there is a cost to company for everything. And the last one, which is called as an alternative close. So it is a sales close where you present two options to the prospect rather than yes or a no. So he says, so, okay, 1 second. Is it not wrong to not mention what has been reduced? Sometimes no. Because people do that. If you want to definitely do that, Dipti, now what will happen if suppose you reduce the insurance from 3 years to 1 year, and if you say to the client that, oh, okay, I'll give you at 10,40,000 the car, but your insurance has reduced from 3,000 from 3 years to 1 year. So what will happen at this situation? This prospect will come and say, no, I want a 1040 also and I want 3 years insurance also. Then will you pay as a salesperson from your pocket to the company? Because company doesn't give that authority to you. Company says you cannot do a loss and do me a sale. Yes, all vendors do that while buying it. If they don't get profit accordingly, it isn't better to reduce things that would bring no changes to their purchase? No. See, what happens, Deepika, over here is that you have to understand that there is a business. Now, let's talk about a different angle, okay? This is nothing related to the sales. Now, the question, if you all people can see, Deepika has a question. Isn't it better to reduce things that would bring no change to their purchase? As she's asking, I'll give you only that much which is necessary for you and then you buy extra things according to what you want. But I am not compelling you as a company to buy this product. This is what you want to mean, Deepika?
Deepti, it is Deepti. So
Okay.
yes, what I meant is that, for example, if you buy a car has high end, low end, right? And whatever, if as you pitch that, customers are adamant. So rather than decreasing on the insurance, there are other freebies and other things that the car would have had, right? So maybe you could reduce those. Would not, later on afterwards, the customer should not be unhappy, because then it also, after sales would be difficult, no, after that.
Okay. So Dipti, first, it was just an example. Probably he would have done the other part also. But let me tell you how company works. So company always work with the reduction with these kind of closing where they have the maximum profit. So it could be insurance, it could be an accessory, it could be anything else also. So I just gave you an example of insurance because I've seen insurance getting reduced. So it could be other way around also. Whatever you're saying now, Dipti, that you can reduce some accessories. So this is something that they can do. But I'll give you second angle to it also. Now what happens over here is that if there is a car, while I was telling you about the car, I say, okay, you will get the seat, you will get this, you will get this, you will get this. Now, if suppose as a person, you are a very specific person driven on the pricing now, you will remember all the things that I have told you that I will be giving to you. Now, if I reduce something which is visibly not there now, then the people will have a very high problem, very high question here. Oh, why are you not giving me this thing? You told me that you would be giving it. But on against of that, if I say that person, now, sir, you have reduced the price, so I have to reduce this also, they will be very furious. And they will say to you at the point of time, आप मेरे से पूरा कमा रहे हो क्या, किसी और से कमा लेना, मेरे को दे दो free. So these are the kind of statement that happens actually in the world. Do you get? Are you agreeing with that, Dipti?
Yes.
So it could be anything that has a maximum profit for the company. They decide on that, and based on that, they reduce it. It could be insurance, it could be accessory, whatever. But whatever company has a policy. So I'm just giving an example. So on that note, let's come to the last, which is called as a sixth closing technique, which is basically it's a sales close where you present two options to the prospect rather than a yes or a no. Now think about any standalone shops. It could be a mobile shop, or it could be a apparel shop. It could be any shop. Suppose you have been there, you wanted to purchase something. You are confused whether you want to buy that product. Now you're confused what to do. So rather than asking you whether you want to buy or not, and if your body language is saying that you want to buy, but you're confused, then the salesperson immediately say, we have another options also. Would you like to explore? And they keep you in front. They just keep that in front of you. And then you're like, okay, now this is a better one. I'll pick this one. And you immediately pick another one. And they always give you a premier product in that. Always they give you a premium product in that. Always. So this is how you have to understand, and this is how the process of the sales work. Now, firstly, let me tell you thank you from this point for share some PPT. Now coming back to each one of you. So this is how we started. We are salesperson. Firstly, you have to believe to the fact that everybody is a salesperson. You have to just understand a little more strategically when you work. First portion. Second is there is a process to sale. Okay. Prospecting, qualifying, approach, presentation, closing, objection handling, closing, follow-up, right? For that, you have to understand the ideal buyer persona. You have to understand the buyer's persona, then who is your ideal customer. Based on that, you have to present your product, whether that person has a need, want, or requirement. Based on that, you have to negotiate. Now, once you negotiate to that, the person comes to a stage where the prospect gives you a buying signals by verbal and non-verbal clues that, okay, I'm interested to buy your product because I have the need, want, or emotions or FOMO for it. On these 4 emotions, you have to play with them. And then once you get the buying signal, you get into the approach of closing them. Now you close it. You close it by assumptive, you close it by sharp angle, you close it by alternative close, you close it by takeaway close, by different angles that you remember. You have to close it. At least now you can switch on the cameras. One, everybody, please. So this is the sales process. Now you tell me, how was the journey of sales understanding to you?
Good.
It was excellent.
Huh? Hello?
It was as if I have sold
Tell me,
something
please,
already.
how was the sales?
So, ma'am, it was as if I have sold something in my mind already. I'm trying to sell. I mean, like, I'm experienced that I'm selling something right now.
Okay. That's like a compliment.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the excellent session. Thank you so much, Parimita. Isha, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, so Swati, so this was a very good, this is actually a very good learning experience for me, because in our day-to-day life and daily, we experience so many kinds of sales, but today, in today's session, actually, I got to know the new terms. What do we say to these sales? What is the actual term that we use for these kind of sales? So this is a very good learning experience, and the way you are, uh, the way you are explaining the things, you're making everything very much clear, very much clear. So there are no questions that we need to put up after your explanation. That's just I want to say.
Thank you so very much. Okay. Anybody else? Do you have any questions related to sales? Thank you so much, Deepika. Do you have any questions related to anything from topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4? And I don't know which topics you had in between.
Okay, I have one question. It can be a stupid question. What if we read the non-verbal signs wrongly? Like, what if I think that the person is ready to buy and actually he is not, is just trying to waste my time and just buying time for themselves to explore more products? Can we be
Okay,
wrong
so
as salespeople to understanding the signs, both verbal, non-verbal?
Okay, first thing to Ashima to you is that if you want to restart your career, okay, so you have to understand that no question is a stupid question. When will you get that confidence? Right?
Okay.
The second one I want to tell you is that if you get the buying signal wrong, you lose the client. So you cannot have a buying signal wrong. You learn it by your experience, you learn it by your books, whatever you want to learn it, but you can, at the moment you have a wrong buying signal, so you lose the client. As simple as that. Either you offend the client or the client is gone.
Okay.
There is no other option.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, because including you also, just think about you as an individual. Do you really have that much of time and time that you want to really entertain some salesperson? No. They have to be quick and smart. So if you do not do that, then you become a second part on the other side of it. You have to understand the same psychology.
Mhm.
So that's the thing.
Okay. Thank you.
So officially, I end my session here. It is pleasure to get connected to each one of you. Please, okay, 1 second, please. there are two platforms where I'm there. One platform, actually, I am there at